In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But pause for a moment. What was there before the beginning? What if I told you that before time, before space, before existence itself, there was already a presence, a being that filled everything? From the most brilliant scientists to the humblest believers, we've all encountered a question that feels impossible to answer. Where does God come from? Some say God is eternal. But what does that even mean? Science, as powerful as it is, hits a wall here. It can measure time, explore galaxies, theorize multiverses, but it cannot wrap its formulas around an existence that had no beginning. So if God wasn't created, if he didn't emerge from something greater, then how, and more curiously, why does he exist? This is where things get even more puzzling, because maybe the question itself is flawed. Try to imagine a line with no beginning or end. Your mind searches for a starting point. It has to. That's because we are creatures bound to time. We are born into it, live by it, and die in it. But God is not trapped in time. He created time. He exists outside of it, above it, and before it. Psalm 90 verse 2 says, "Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. No beginning, no end, not even a middle, just being." God is the uncaused cause, the unmoved mover, the one the philosophers couldn't explain but couldn't ignore. Even Einstein's theory of relativity gives us a hint. Time is just another dimension of the universe. And if God created the universe, he also created time. That means God does not need time to exist. He doesn't move through time. Time moves because of him. Some scientists speculate about higher dimensions, realities where time isn't linear. Could it be that God exists in a realm so far beyond ours that our logic doesn't even apply? Can a painting understand the painter? Can a story know its author? Maybe the reason we can't grasp it is because we're trying to use finite minds to understand infinite being. If God had an origin, then something must have come before him. But then that something would be God, right? This creates an infinite chain of causes. Unless there's a first, a being that was never caused, never made. The ancient Christian philosopher Thomas Aquinas said it best in his cosmological argument. Everything that begins to exist has a cause, but the chain cannot go on forever. There must be a first cause, and that is God. When Moses asked God his name, God replied with words that shattered the boundaries of human logic. "I am who I am." Exodus 3:14. He didn't say, "I was created." He didn't say, "I became something." He simply said, "I am." That's not just a name. That's a declaration of eternal existence. There is no before God because he is the beginning. There is no where God came from because he fills all space. There is no when he started because he authored time. The human mind wants control. It craves answers, certainties, labels. But God, he is the unfathomable mystery. Not so we remain confused, but so that in our smallness, we learn to trust. Perhaps the real question isn't where does God come from, but where is God taking us? O eternal God, you who existed before dawn, before stars danced in the void, before matter had shape, you are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, yet without a beginning and without an end. You are the cause without a cause, the mover unmoved, the light that was, even when there was no light to see. Our minds try to understand, but our hearts bow in wonder. For you are not a product of time. You are the reason it exists. And though we are made of dust, you shaped us with eternal hands. So teach us to worship, not because we understand everything, but because we know that you are everything. From everlasting to everlasting, you are God.